never followed up is because he was unwell?
That is true.
Was it a long-term illness? Was it a one-off illness?
He has
Terminal?
hypertension complication stage.
Which was for a short span of time was that had been going on
From 2008 moving towards until his death.
until he passed on.
Yes.
And you said you have anything in support of that position?
Yes, I do.
What did you say you have?
I have a note from his doctor, the Nairobi Kidney Center.
So you have treatment notes in support?
Yes.
And these are documents that are in the family?
Yes.
Also, you said that around November 2000.
Yes.
And would you know, were there any documents to confirm that process?
Yes.
So there are documents to confirm approval.
Mm-hmm.
The same also within excuse me, documents in the custody of your family?
Yes.
Okay. Now, are you a party in this matter?
No.
Would you know the authenticity of these documents to begin with?
I would not.
Have you ever been served? Have you seen these documents? confirm this is a certificate of death?
Yes.
You're now referring to exhibit number 2.
Yes, Mr. passed away in December 26, 1992.
Okay.
Yes.
Are aware, you're familiar with that property?
Yes, I am. It belonged to my late mom.
Belongs to her.
Yes.
And who was living there?
There was my uncle and auntie who were staying there.
The uncle is called?
Mogo Mreithi, and my auntie is Margaret Waboy.
Mugo Mreithi, and your auntie is?
Margaret Waboy.
So those are two people, or that they were a couple?
They were a couple.
So that they were living together, you mean?
Yes.
So they were living there as
They,
tenants or otherwise?
they were living there mainly as a domestic and a caretaker of the property.
So now, upon the passing of your mother, did you undertake the succession process?
Yes, my dad took over the succession matters,
Okay.
and he filed for it sometime in 2008.
Yes, they're saying, sorry, Robert, you said, yeah,
And it filed the succession in 2008.
2008. Why, would you know why it took so long for your father to file the succession?
Okay, one, he was kind of unwell, so I think those are the kind of thing that
He was unwell.
you're not very well.
Was it a singular incident, or it had been a terminal case?
Yes, he had diabetes, and at one point he even lost his eyesight.
Okay. Do you have any treatment notes you confirm that he was unwell?
Yes, there's this medical report
Yes.
of 2016, which clearly indicated his condition and his continuous decline in health.
So this is from 2016, but you're saying that even as
Battling with it.
so this is a document. Where did you get this document, the treatment notes? How did you come about them?
We found it amongst the documents he had,
Okay.
and it was the doctor that was treating him for the kidney issues.
Okay. Would you wish to produce it as part of your testimony?
Yes.
No, you wish to mark and produce it number 9. Treatment notes, Your Honor, for Lazarus, who was dated the 28th of July 2016. And so you, would you know the succession case number that your father initiated?
I don't remember the number of head, but
Yes. That is
yes, this is the one.
case number
1520 of 2008.
1520 of 2008. So did your father complete the succession case?
No, unfortunately, it was filed, then we had to pick it up with the other lawyers. So, to be
So you're saying it was filed and then you picked it up with another lawyer?
It was actually completed. Then after he passed on, we had to change to be substituted as administrator.
So your father, you're saying your father passed on,
Yes.
and you have. Yes, so for substitution.
Yes.
This is a certificate, or rather, was it granted?
Yes, it was granted.
Is this the certificate you are referring to?
Yes.
You're referring to exhibit number 6. And, sorry?
Yes, this is the one. The one.
And so the same was it was granted to whom and whom? The letters were granted to whom and whom?
Charles Moraithi Mugo and Robert Masiri Mugo.
For which parcel?
LR 209 2389.
2019, you're now
Yeah.
exhibit number. And then subsequently, Robert, what happened?
Okay, before my father had passed on, he had mentioned that he was getting people attempting to grab the property, and he had tried to put a stop and order with the lawyers. Then at the time of his demise, it was still going, there was still a lot of back and forth. And even at one point, the property was somehow invaded and the dwelling demolished.
So you are saying the people, I mean, from what you said your father had mentioned, did you know whether there was any suit that came of it?
Yes, there was an order that was placed against Stephen Mungai
So
to stop interfering with the property.
that is a civil case number?
Civil case number 248 of 209.
Civil case number 248 of 209. Yes. And who are the parties? Who was the plaintiff?
Plaintiff was Lajarat Mugo, my father.
Your father and?
Versus Stephen Mungai.
Stephen Mungai.
Yes.
And you're saying that there was an order prohibiting?
Stephen Mungai from meddling, restrained from intermeddling or in any way interfering with land parcel 209.
And the same is dated?
3rd
of June
2009.
Yes. Would you wish to produce this as part of your testimony as well?
Yes.
Did the internet link stop? To the best of your knowledge?
Sorry, come again?
Did the internet link stop?
It somehow cheesed, but again, I was told other people started interfering with the property.
Who was telling you?
I was being told by my auntie, Margaret.
Your auntie,
Margaret.
Margaret.
Yes.
Okay. Okay, carry on. So they said Stephen Mungai stopped.
Somehow it stopped. The thing stopped, so I never got to hear of it again.
And then, so when your auntie now told you that there were other people who were intermeddling, did she tell you which people these were?
She mentioned some names.
Yes.
But at that time there was a lot of scuffle going back and forth. So then they were handling the matter together with my brother.
So do you remember the names?
The lady is called Catherine. I can't remember Catherine. Somebody.
Sorry?
I think Catherine. Mm.
Did you know the said Catherine?
I don't know.
You don't know.
I never met her.
Now, it's going up.
Yes.
Your title, do you at any point get to see your title? The title document for the person?
I never saw it
You
myself.
never saw it?
I never saw it.
So do you know whether it was a listen or otherwise?
I didn't know.
At any point, do you know a firm by the name of Kibui and Associates?
Yes, my late father used to deal with them
Yes.
some time back.
Yes.
So they were handling quite a number of issues.
Okay. So do you know whether there was any application for renewal of the said parcel of land?
Yes, we came across this document
Yes.
when we were going through the papers.
Which document? What document is that you're referring
Renewal
to?
of lease on LR 209-2389 Pangani.
Renewal of lease?
On LR number 209-2389-19.
And the same is the date. Is it dated which?
Submitted on 19th April 2001.
The application was submitted on 19th of April 2001.
Yes.
So, and was it? Was it approved?
Yes, from this letter it was approved.
It was approved.
Yes.
Would you wish equally to produce as part of your testimony?
Yes.
So, now, Bwana Robert,
Yes.
you said that now you're informed that there were other parties that now were coming on the land. Did you take any action when you last obviously?
Yes, my brother took over, reported to the police, Charles Mureithi,
Yes.
Together with my auntie,
Yes.
and we also had to secure the area by a perimeter wall
So you fenced it off.
to fence it off.
And so after reporting, investigations commenced,
Yes,
and now that's why you're before court.
exactly.
Did you know what the outcome of the investigations were?
I've been informed there was some forgery,
All right.
and that's why we are here.
Informed by who?
By the investigating officers.
Forgery on whose part? Was it from your end, by any chance?
No, from some land grabbers,
From land
third party.
that you do not know them, or you who known to you or not? Are they known to you?
They are not known to me.
Okay. So, you know one by the name Catherine Jerry Nairobi?
I don't know her personally.
Do you know Peter Gani Ruben?
No, I don't know. morning.
We allow me to ask you a few questions just to clarify the testimony that you have just heard before court. Now, you start by stating in your witness statement, which I believe you have a copy.
Yes. This one, I recorded it in 2022 at the DCIO's office.
You recorded this in 2022.
The DCIO's office. DCIO office.
Where?
Kiambu Road.
This area headquarters. What necessitated you to go to the DCI to record this statement?
We needed to gather more facts regarding the property case. So we decided we had to go and give them all the information we have. So we could record the statement.
So, how did the DCI get to know that this matter required investigation? How are they seized? How was the DCI seized of this matter?
We reported the incident to the police.
When
So,
you say we,
my brother and my auntie reported the incident to the police and prompted investigations.
so it is your brother and your,
My auntie,
you have the names?
Charles Mureithi, my brother, and Margaret Waboi, my auntie.
Would you know when they reported?
They reported it was in that same year. I can't remember the exact date.
Do you remember it was in 2022?
Yes, for 2020.
Prior to this year, 2022, are you aware of any other previous investigations that you had instigated? Or this was the first time that your family?
That is the one that I became aware of, that
So
one.
you have no knowledge of any other?
No, I don't have any other one.
But you have indicated that this particular property has been the subject of a number of what you call land grabbing incidents,
Yes,
none of which led to a report that you are aware about.
I don't have them. I don't have the reports.
So, now, you go ahead to say that this lady by the name Baka Lamina Lego is your mother.
Yes.
And I would want to know whether there's anything you have tendered to demonstrate that relationship. Like a birth certificate, have you given us any court, this court, anything to demonstrate that relationship?
I'm sure that it could be in the records with them.
No, I'm asking you. You're the one testifying. Did you provide?
No, I'm not provided a birth certificate.
You have not provided. So how many siblings do you have?
We are 2 brothers and 2 sisters.
2 brothers and 2 sisters.
Yes.
And the youngest, who is the youngest?
I'm the youngest.
You're the youngest.
Yes.
How old are you now?
I'm going to be 51. Yes.
As at 1992, how old were you?
I was 1992.
Would you know whether you are of age, for instance?
No, I was just in finishing Form 4. I was still in school.
You are still in school.
Yes.
So by and large, you were just about 18 years of age.
Yes.
And you were the youngest.
Yes.
Now, at paragraph 3 of your statement, or rather paragraph 2, you said that your mother had a property which you refer to as LR number 209/2389/19.
Yes.
What document do you have to demonstrate that fact?
There is a copy of the title,
Yeah.
which is
Would you be able to show us that copy of the title? The one that you are referring to. There are millions of titles here, so I want to know the one that you was the basis of your statement.
This is the document. This is the document.
That is the title that you acknowledge as having been your mother's instrument of ownership.
Yes.
Okay. That document, I therefore want to believe that you are the ones who supplied that document to the police, the PCI.
Yes.
And that is the copy that you're holding.
Yes.
How many entries does it have? You can just look at the last entry and tell us it is number one. The last entry.
This one of transfer to Betha Wamila Mogo.
No. I am asking the last, I do not know what it says. I'm saying it is your document.
Yes.
So what is the last entry on that document? Just read what you can see so that you know. Robert,
Oh, this one transfer to Catherine, Jerry Nganga, and Peter Gavi Ruben.
what entry number is that? Against that, it shows as entry number what?
Is it 103? Oh, which one is it? Yes.
And made a statement of fact that your mother was the owner of this property. And that is the document you relied upon? Is that the document you relied upon to give this statement?
It was not this document.
It was not that document.
Mm.
So which one is yours? For Robert? You've told this court that you have dealt to this property, to Kivu, to MS Kivu. You have made a report to the...
The title had been given for discharge for lease.
You're not answering the question. My question is,
Yeah.
show this court the title document you are relying upon, the one that is held in your records at home.
I don't have that record.
You don't have that record.
Yes.
So what did you avail to the DCI?
We had given them, what was it? A document of paying the land rates.
No. No, I'm asking with respect to a title document.
I can't recall because I didn't have any document.
That is the title that was produced by your PWK.
Yes.
And now you're telling us that it is not the title that is reposed in your records.
I have not seen the title myself.
You have never seen the title yourself?
I have not. I've never cited it.
You didn't get that. So you've never seen a certificate of title. Okay. Now, Richard, you then say at paragraph 3 of your statement that your father filed for succession in respect of the estate of Bata Wamina Bobo in the year 2008.
Yes.
The question was posed why it took well over 15 years for succession proceedings to be instituted.
Well, I cannot explain on behalf of my father. He was the one running the issue.
Sorry?
I can't explain that, but my dad had been unwell, and for one reason or another, he did not proceed with the things immediately.
And all of you are of age, all this period.
Yes.
You were the youngest as of 1992.
Yes.
At 44.
Yes.
So you want to persuade this court, Mr. Roberts, that your father was well enough to deal with MS Kibui. Okay?
Yes.
As at 2000, 2003, but he was not well enough to obtain the permission of the court to deal with this problem. Is that your testimony?
I wouldn't say he was not well enough. I
No.
didn't say that.
You produced letters by a so-called MS Kibui saying that is
Yeah.
your father was dealing with them.
Yes.
So he was dealing with private persons according to you.
Yes.
He was well enough,
Yes.
but not well enough for the court process.
Not really, but for one reason or another, he did not go with the court process.
Now, we have been shown letters of grant admitted that were obtained in 2008. I don't know whether you have a copy.
Yes.
But the question that I would want to ask is, we have not been shown any document whatsoever leading to the issuance of those letters of administration. So we have a final product, which is the letters of administration at the time, but we do not have the documents preceding that to show what was the purpose, what the purpose was. He says his father was issued with letters of administration in succession course number 1520 of 2008. So I'm saying he's giving us the end product, which is the letters of administration and intent. But I'm not saying any document provided preceding that to occasion that. Do you have?
No, I don't have.
You don't have. So we wouldn't know what it is that your father was pursuing, would we? In the absence of that, because the letters of administration admitted do not tell us.
I don't have that document.
Have you ever resided in this property yourself?
No, I've never resided there.
You have never resided on the property.
No.
Where did you grow up? Where did you reside?
In Karen. Yes.
With your parents?
Yes.
Up until?
Up to 2003 or thereabout.
So you say in paragraph 3 of your statement that you came to understand that your father, from your father, that there was another person, Stephen Mungai, who was also claiming ownership. When was this information made available to you?
I think around 2003, 2004. I'm not very sure. Can't remember it.
Would you know the basis upon which this Stephen Mungai was claiming ownership? The basis upon which he was making that claim for ownership?
From what I recall, he was claiming that he had a title,
Yeah.
a title for the property.
Yeah. Which he had obtained by what means?
It seemed to be fraudulent because it was not.
You I'm asking whether you understood the basis of his claim.
He was saying that he had a title and that was his property. He had the property.
And you say that the matter was taken to civil court.
Yes.
Would you know whether he was ever charged?
No,
Or would you know what the outcome of the civil matter was?
I didn't know the outcome.
You then, at paragraph 4, states that your uncle, Mr. Moko Murithi, brother to your late mom, used to live there as a caretaker. Would you know when he assumed possession of that property?
I've been there a while. Ever since I was young, they have been there. It's a long time. From the 90s.
From the 90s. And who is Mr. Moko Murithi?
That is my late mother's brother.
Your late mother's brother. And you say his wife is?
Margaret Waboy.
Margaret
Waboy.
Waboy.
Yes.
So Margaret Waboy is her name?
My auntie.
Yes,
Yeah.
that's her full name?
Margaret Waboy Gidago.
Gidago. So that Margaret is not your sister?
She's not my aunt, not my sister. No.
No, she's your auntie.
Yes.
Do they still live on that property?
No.
Now, I want us to go back to something related to the charges that are facing the accused persons.
Yes.
So let us deal with what we know. Number one is that we know that Bertha Wamina Moko died sometime in the year 1992. Correct?
Correct.
We also know, and I want you to confirm, that the title to the property then registered under her name, had a lease period that was to expire on the 1st of January 2003. You can confirm that?
Yes.
Sorry?
Yes, yes, yes.
Okay. And now that you're working the bank, I appreciate that you know what happens to a property whose lease expires.
The lease is not renewed, it is up for sale.
It is?
It is up for sale.
What do you say that?
The property reverts back to the government.
The property reverts back to the government. Now, as of the 2nd of January 2003, now that we know it expired on the 1st of January 2003, my question to you is, as of the 2nd of January 2003, do you have evidence that that property the lease was renewed? Have you tendered any evidence that the lease was renewed as at 2nd of January 2003? Now that you say that upon expiry it reverts to the government.
There was an application made to renew the lease in 2001.
You're not answering the question. You're saying we are dealing with what is known. What is known is that on the 1st of January 2003, the lease expired. And I am asking, was there a valid lease as at the 2nd of January 2003? Just simply.
I've not cited it.
You have not said it. Now, I want you to tell me what you wanted to tell me about that. That there was. Proceed. You are telling me something about an application.
Or there was an application for renewal of lease.
Sorry?
Renewal of the lease on 19th April 2001.
There was a renewal. There was an application for.
Renewal of lease.
What date?
19th April 2001.
19th April 2001. Okay?
Yes.
By that time, number one, let's look at that document before you. Does that document tell us who made that application?
Yes, Kibui and Associates.
Kibui and Associates. They certainly were not the owners of the land.
No, they are not.
They were not the owners of the land. Does that document tell you who instructed Kibui and Associates
No,
to
they
make that application?
not indicated here.
It is not indicated. Do you have anything? Let's assume it's not indicated there. Have you tendered anything to show who gave those instructions?
I have not cited that.
More fundamentally, the date of that application is known. You've told us it is the 19th of April, 2001. That was well over 10 years after Brother passed on, correct? So according to you, the instructions could not have been given by Brother.
No.
What's your answer? instructions could not have been given by Bertha.
No.
And if anybody could give those instructions on behalf of the estate of Bertha, they could only do so with the sanction or authority of a court of law. That's correct?
Yes.
Sorry?
Yes.
The answer is yes. Now, do you have anything to demonstrate that there is anybody, yourself included, who had obtained that authority of a court of law as at 19th of April 2001?
It was my late father.
No, I'm asking you, do you have any evidence in court that as at 19th April 2001, your father had obtained, if you say it's your father, any authority from a court of law to deal with the estate of the late Bertha Minamo?
No, I don't have.
Now, the document that you are holding in the name of a title there was supplied to us as the defense by the prosecution. So I have been under the impression that it was the complainants who availed that copy to the DCI. Would you know whether you availed anyone who made that copy, availed a copy of the title?
It was being handled with my brother and auntie, so they might have that copy.
I want us to look at that title just as a wind-up. Just have a look at it. That's the title. When was it transferred to Bertha Wamina Law?
31st December 1984.
Sorry?
It's 31st December 1984. Yes.
Would you know whether she inherited it, whether she bought it, whether she was allocated? What was the means by which she acquired that property?
I don't know.
Does the title tell you?
No, I can't.
You work in the bank, so with the belief that looking at that title and the entries, you will see who was the previous owner.
I can see the previous owner.
So you wouldn't know the manner in which your mother obtained ownership.
I can't tell from here.
You don't know whether she inherited it, whether she was allocated, or whether she bought.
She bought it, but it's not indicated here.
So when you say she bought it, how would you know?
Okay, I don't have the document to show how it was purchased.
Would you know at this period what your mother was doing? What was she? What was her profession at the time?
She was doing farming.
She was doing farming.
Yes.
The next entry after the entry for transfer to Bertha Wamina Mogo is what?
Charge to Bank of Credit and Commerce.
Charge to Bank of Credit and Commerce.
10th of May 1985.
10th of May 1985. So the only way that charge instrument, or rather entry, would have been made was through her. She was the owner of the land.
I wouldn't know, I can't tell.
You wouldn't. So you did not know whether the property was charged. So she did not require the authority to deal with her money the way she wanted.
No, she did not.
She did not. So that title has an entry. The next entry is for after the charge. 1990.
She had suffered a stroke. So she was being taken care of at home for 2 years.
What tells us that? It's new information that nobody has brought to you. Do you have anything to demonstrate that?
I don't have the documents here.
Would that testimony affirm the reasons why she had to sell her property?
I have no knowledge of any sale of property.
Okay. Now, you eventually obtained a confirmation of grant. You took over your father's matter.
Yes.
When did you take over the conduct of that matter?
Between 2024, 2023, 2022. I'm not very sure exactly.
When did your father is the one who made an application for grant
Yes,
over your mother's estate?
yes.
When did he pass on?
In 2018.
In 2018. Pursuant to his death, when did you seek to substitute him? 20?
It was 2021.
2021. So that was just about 4 years after his demise.
Yes.
Now, have you taken over the conduct of that matter? I want you to tell the court what document it is that you presented before the High Court Family Division to persuade the court that you had a registrable interest over this suit property.
Letter of administration.
No, that we already spoke for.
Oh.
We are saying you want to be, you took over your father's place in that matter.
Yes.
For what purpose? What were you seeking to achieve?
We wanted to get the property registered. We had to get the ownership of the property so that it doesn't go.
The property registered in your favor.
Yes.
So you must have submitted something to demonstrate that you have a right to be registered as such, isn't it?
Okay, that one, I was not involved in that process. My brother was involved in it, but there was a document that he had.
You're an administrator of this estate?
Yes.
And you saw an affidavit?
Yes.
But you don't know. Essentially, you're telling the court you do not know what it is. That
We had what was it? We had an allocation of the property to my mother, and then we had the letters of administration from my dad.
Do you have them in court?
Be here. They should be.
But you're confirming there was no title deed. There was no certificate of title.
I had not cited the title deed. Memorandum of registration. You're asking the date?
Yes,
11th February 1990.
1990. It is from your mom to
saying to Catherine Jeringanga and Peter Gavi Ruben.
Repeat the date. When is it dated?
It's dated 11 February 1990.
Now, 11 February 1990. How old were you?
I was 16 years or so.
You were 16 years. Sometimes parents do. Today I'm doing their children and I've done this and I've done that. But they do it for the welfare of the children.
Not necessarily.
But if he was selling the land in 19, that time, 1990, I said the master shares with you, and sold it.
No.
No. Now, you said that she was sick for 2 years. She died on 25th December 1992. Is that correct?
Yes.
So that means if you died in February 1990, it was okay. Because that's more than 2 years.
Because she got a stroke in 1990.
Which time?
I cannot remember the exact month, but I know it was 1990 because we battled with that condition for 2 years up to her demise in 1992.
But you consider what is February? That is 11th February 1990.
1990.
Yes. That is almost 2 years before she died. More than 2 years. So, I want you to go to page 1 of that document. Page 1. Page 1.
This one,
Page 1.
or the first page.
Yeah, that document. No. Ahead of that document.
So at least I'm going to the wrong page.
The one you have just read is 1990.
Transfer.
If you move ahead, you will see these are written by Farouk. Just ahead. Have you confirmed that? These are written by Farouk and it was written with stamp duty. That's correct. There was a valuation by a government officer. Are you able to see it?
Yes, I can see it.
Yes.
Transfer to Betha Wamina Bungo,
When is it dated?
26 February 1988.
It is about stamp duty. Is that correct?
Yes.
When do you pay stamp duty?
When you are buying property.
Yes.
Yes, when you are buying property.
That property was transferred to her mom after she paid the stamp duty. Is that correct? If you look at the next page, you will see in the context. You see the reason by Farouk,
Yes.
where the amount was reduced to 500,000.
Yes.
Now, she was allowed to pay 500,000 so that the property will be transferred to her. Is that correct?
Yes, from this record.
From that court. So by 1990, the property was hers.
Yes.
Yeah?
Yes.
And she had a right even to deal with it in whichever manner she wanted.
Yes.
Now you go to page 1. Page 1. Just close the entire document. Page 1. The entire document. No. Page 1.
Oh, this one.
Yeah. I want you to be honest with me because you are a banker. You understand return, who gives allotment letters in the Ministry of Lands? Who issues?
Sorry, come again?
Who issues the letters of allotment at the Ministry of Lands?
The letters of allotment.
And you confirm that you don't know who's what?
Yeah.
Which are claimed in this transaction have since been returned. Verily, I'm informed the sum of Kenya shillings 7 million of 15 million. And at the appropriate time, Your Honor, we shall be seeking a latitude of this court to proceed and finish with the ADR, which is ongoing, Your Honor.
Together with Mr. Ware. They're coming on record for the first and second accused.
Mr. President, Your Honor.
Jesus Godua Imeji, Judith Mbatha Nzioka on 30th April 2025 at Serena Hotel in Nairobi County, within Nairobi, jointly with others not before court, with intent to defraud obtained from Tushima Grace a sum of $116,000 equivalent to $15,360,000 by falsely pretending that you were in a position to assist her trade in Venus, a fact you knew to be false. True or false? Jesus? Guilty or not guilty?
No guilty.
Number 2, conspiracy to defraud contrary to section 317 of the Penal Code. On 30th day of April 2025 at Serena Hotel in Nairobi County, within Nairobi, jointly with others not before court, conspired to defraud Shima Grace a sum of $116 equivalent to $15,360,000 by falsely pretending that you were in a Venus, a fact you knew to be false. True or false? Jesus, guilty or not guilty?
No guilty.
442, Inspector Beth Kariuki, currently attached to DCI Central, Nairobi. Your Honor, the matter was reported to DCI Central by OB number